Okay, we are recording and I'm gonna mute myself.
All right, welcome to the team call. It's so good to see everyone. So happy you're here. Katie and I have been chatting a lot this week, and we just wanted to share kind of what our vision is for the team and kind of where we would like to go with it. We got really inspired. I'm not going to remember her name, but Katie posted the video in the new team page, and it was the lady who was blonde who was talking about how her coaches mostly are working people and how she makes it really work for everyone and makes it a duplicatable system and builds this great team environment that everyone kind of contributes to. And it's just more fun for everyone. I think if I go back to when I started, I know I felt like I had to come up with a team name. I had to create a team. I had to do all this stuff. And I was totally overwhelmed the whole time because I work full time. Like it was just like too much to wrap my head around. I think when you start coaching, just posting, working out, and inviting people is a lot. So to feel like you've got to do all these other steps is too much. And it's really like, when you think about it, it makes us more isolated than together. And we want people who want to be part of our tribe, and we feel like we attract the same type of tribe. Although, of course, we have differences, which we should. But as like a big team, we feel like we have everyone who has the same mission, which is very simple, is women empowering women. That's it. That's like kind of our bottom line. And so we were really inspired by this video. And one of the things that we're super excited to do is to make one big challenge group for our team on Facebook. So it will be one Facebook group, and we can't think of the name, but we want some help on it. So we had tossed around, well, I'll talk about names in a minute, but the idea of the group is that you can still put your own people, will you please stop, in your challenge tracker app so you can track their Shakeology and their workouts, and it's really for them just a place to track their stuff. That's why I tell my people, I mean, I post in it, and I track my own stuff in there, and I post my pictures so they can see that I also showed up today. But it's really just a way for them to, take their measurements and record everything and keep everything nice and pretty in one place that they checked everything off. A lot of people like to check off. And when you get to the end of the week and you're like, oh, I did all my workouts, I drank my shake every day. Like that feels good, that whole little check system. So that's what the app is for. And you can obviously continue to use the app. I would encourage you to. I know Katie would encourage you to. And that gives you a great place to track your people. But we feel like having a big team Facebook group that's like one challenge group is like the coolest thing ever, because they really get everything. Like I know for me, and I know a lot of you who've been coaching for a while feel this way, like it kind of gets crickets in there, especially when we have our people who stay month to month and they stay in their Shakeology and they're always working out. It's kind of like the same thing. But when you build a big community, now it's like you have what I do and my style, and I eat vegan and plant-based, and we have Katie's and what Katie's doing, and now we have Donna who just had a baby. I mean, you have so many different people who can relate to you. Maybe you're gluten-free, maybe you're this, maybe you're that. Maybe you love quarter force, maybe you like country heat. I mean, whatever it is, you have now a team of coaches who do things differently and bring different things to the table. And so we're super excited about it. We don't want it to be some rigid thing like I post every Monday, you post every Tuesday. We just want everyone to show up in there. And when you're feeling inspired, go live, add value, put a quote, think what you're talking about, share what book you're reading. Like to constantly just share in there and show up. And that way, if you have a baby or if you go out of town, you don't have to worry about it, because the team is going to continue to post in there. You don't have to worry about setting up your posts and checking in every day, because you've got an entire team that's going to show up in there while you take a vacation or while you do other things. So what we will have in there is we'll have everything for them to start. We're going to create it this week, or this weekend, to the end of the week right now. Everything for them to start. So, taking your measurements, how to log into Beachbody On Demand. So we'll have a file that will be a pinned post that you can then just tag your new people in that post, and they'll have everything that they need to get started. So you don't have to worry about that. You can just make sure they're tagged in it, and then you can personally check in with them. Do you have any questions? Did you see the post? Are you ready to get started? And then we'll have some files for like meal prepping and just those extra things, which everyone can add their own to as well. I think if, we have different eating styles. I know right now for 80 Day Obsession, I have a typed up meal plan every week that I share with my people. And that's just something we can share in there. The awesome thing about that is it gives everyone more ideas. I know my favorite thing is seeing food combinations right now with 80 Day Obsession, because I'm like, what do I pair a green and a yellow with? And I'm thinking in this little box, someone else posts something. I'm like, what? I never even thought of that. So it's just a way that your challengers and us will benefit from just more people, a bigger community, more positivity. We can still shout out our challengers. We can still do prizes. We can give away pineapple socks. I'm doing that right now in my group. And it can just be opened to everyone to earn fun prizes. So we just don't want it to be stressful. We want it to be super positive and fun, and the kind of group that people don't want to leave, that they want to stay in that community. Because every month when we're all bringing in new people, that community is just going to grow and grow, and it's just going to have more people. And, some people take a month off and then they come back, but they usually always come back. So this just gives them a place that's full of life and love and energy and women, empowering women, which is awesome. So that's where we're stuck on the name. We were chatting yesterday and we're like, women, good. Empowering, good. Limitless, we love the word limitless. So we were like, do we call it Limitless Crew, Limitless Tribe? We don't know. We have I'm glad you love it, Callie. We have all kinds of ideas, but we also want to literally marry this. We want this to be everyone here, everyone who's on our team, to be your team name as well. This is just who we are now, is we're branding ourselves. So we do have to love it. We want everyone to love it. This takes the pressure off having your own team name. It's kind of like Melanie Mitro. They have one team name. That's just their team. It's so much easier to me to do that. And so that's what we would like to do, but we haven't come up with a name ourselves. So if you have ideas, input, suggestions, but the words that we were really liking Limitless because it just feels really good. We also liked crew and tribe. For some reason, I kind of like 3 words in it. I don't know why, but I couldn't come up with that either. So more brains are better than a few. So we're hoping that someone here will be able to come up with something and we could kind of piece something together. But we want our whole motto to be really women empowering women. I don't think any of us really ever work with men, but I know I don't. It's not that I'm against it. It just never works for me at all, ever. So I just stick with the ladies. But that's kind of our goal. Did I leave anything out, Katie?
I don't think so. I think that is great. Did we want to talk too a little bit about the tracker and doing the power pockets and stuff like that?
Yeah, do you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, I can do that.
I have one. Okay, I'll mute myself.
I hope I don't freeze. This time of night, my internet stinks. But okay, so we're so excited about that, and we're just thinking, our brains are just going 100 miles an hour of all of the things that we could do. We do have our big team with Anita and Leslie and all of them, but we just feel this little group, we just vibe better together. And we feel a little bit not, we want you guys to all of us to be leaders of this team. And that we're all the leaders of the team. And so we also thought once we get our name and everything, it would be fun to have a little shop where we could do cups, shaker cups and tanks and all of that with the same name. So our group's going to be the same name as our team name, and just have it kind of go along. And then we can do tanks for our challengers that are rocking it out. We can do tanks for our coaches, whatever it may be, but we just kind of want it branded clear across our group, our team. And then so our vision for this is to we just want this whole team to take off, you guys. We want for every single one of you guys and us to just blow up. We want this team to get so big. And So one thing that we just loved about that call, is that she kind of reminded me a lot of myself, like kind of being stuck in the same rank for a really, really long time. And it wasn't until she just simplified everything for everybody that finally everyone just took off. And so I think with this group coming together and doing like our big challenge group and everyone just having their own little tracker group where you can shout out your challengers, like keep track of stuff. I think for our new coaches coming in, it's going to just make it so simple for them to not feel the pressure of running their own group. And, you know, you just tell them, okay, you're going to run a challenge group, and you can just plug them into here. You just show up, you know. And so I just think it's just going to flow so good and help the new coaches too. But I loved her Power Pocket tracker sheet, because it's so true. Like, I never really thought about it until I watched her call about, like, every once in a great while, I actually sit down for a whole hour and do a whole power hour, or a couple hours of power hour. Most of the time, I have a few minutes here and there, like while I'm waiting in the car picking up my kids, or like I'm just running here and there. And so when I watch this, I'm like, that is exactly what I do. Like when I get a few minutes here, I'll send some friend requests. When I get a few minutes there, I'll connect with people. And so I loved how she just broke it down into like living your life and not feeling like, oh my gosh, like this heavy thing around you that you have to sit down and do this whole entire checklist right now. Like you have 10 minutes here and there throughout the day to make it happen. And so I posted it in there, but I will post it also in the file section. But if you guys haven't watched that, it's just awesome how, like, she talks about how we all get in these horrible habits of like grabbing our phone and just scrolling Instagram and Facebook and wasting so much time. And so instead, like, you just got to change your mindset to, when I pick up my phone, I'm going to go straight in and add 10 friends. And then I'm going to put my phone away. I'm going to go live life. I'm going to go help my kids. I'm going to go get my workout done. And then the next time I pick it up, this is like, you just know what you're going to do so that you can stay 100% focused on getting these things done. And I think sometimes it's so easy to complicate, like when you look at the big picture. But what I love about this too is like this little tracker she just did for 5 days. But she's like, of course, now I do all the vital behaviors at least 6 days a week. You know, she's like, I don't just do it for 5 days, but new coaches, it can be overwhelming. So if they have this and they just get in the rhythm of doing these things every single day, 5 days a week, then they can build upon that. Like then they can do more, or they can do it twice a day, or you know what I mean? Like as they grow and as they just get this into, like, bring it into their lives and they get consistent with it and it becomes easy, then they can start adding things like, okay, I'm going to add like a training a couple times a week, or I'm going to add like really checking into my back office, and really, you know, because there's all these other things that start coming into your life as a coach as your team grows. But we just want to get our coaches in and help them hit the ground running and help them get really, really quick wins. And it's amazing what can happen when you just do these things, when you just consistently do it every single day. And so, another thing too that we're going to work on. So she does everything through Google Streak. And I think that's another thing that's been a really big struggle of mine as a coach is I've never had like a really good tracker that I have been married to. And so the way that she does it is so simple. She's like, I don't do email. She's like, I'm so basic. like when I set it up, we have 5 things. Like I screenshotted her 5 things, and it's like the column where you add people, the column where you've connected with them, and each time you just move them to the next column. And so, and another thing about Streak is I've heard amazing things about it, but then I overwhelm myself with, I've got to go back through all my conversations and add all of my friends and add all of these people. And she said, do not do that. Like, start today. Your new friends you add them in. Your people you connect with, add them in. Like, just start today and don't backtrack all of your conversations you've ever had. And so I just think this would be such an awesome system to figure out our streak, like super simple. And the minute we sign up our coaches, hop on our one-on-one call with them and help them set up their Google Streak, have their 5 things in there, because I truly believe that's the biggest thing is people lose people. They get overwhelmed because they can't keep track of their conversations. They can't figure out like a really good tracker. And if they started at day 1 with a super simple tracker, and just always, like, I was reading through some of the comments of her video, and so many of her coaches were like, I used to be scared to invite, I used to not know who to reach out to. And when you have Streak and you have people in these columns, you don't even have to think about it, because you just open up your Streak and you go to that column and you invite, or you connect with those people, or you add new people. And so it just makes, we just need to like get the system in place. Yes, we will get it figured out this week, and maybe we'll do our call on it next Thursday with our Streak and get everything set up. Because if we can do that and like just get our coaches in, they have a place to put their people, they have a system of tracking, they know, they have this little tracker, know exactly what to do every day, we're going to get some coaches that just take off running, and they won't have like the overwhelm of being like frozen and doing nothing where I think that's what happens to most people. So that is kind of our vision. We just want big things to happen this year. And it's no fun being in a team if you're the only one feeling like you're having much success. I want to have my coaches pass me up. I just want people to just take off. I want to see everybody making an awesome income, because obviously that is a big part of why we became coaches too, is like, we love what we do. It's the best of all worlds, but also being able to help our families too. So that is like a big goal of mine this year, is to see a lot of the coaches on this team just take off and make the income that they need for their families, and have their teams grow, and just simplify this whole process so it doesn't feel like a job. It's just fun, because it can be fun. We just need to not overcomplicate it. So is there anything else, Shar?
No, that was great. I think the whole thing, you guys, is making this simple for everyone and making it fun. I mean, really, like, it's really fun to be a coach. It's the best part of my day is doing this stuff and working out and chatting with people. It's what I absolutely love. And I know there's lots of people out there who would want to join us. So we just have to make it easy for them to have success. And doing that is really clearing people's plate, because I think starting coaching can be overwhelming if they feel like they have to do that all. So why not come together and share all that responsibility? So we're all individually doing the same thing right now. That's the crazy thing. It doesn't even make sense. We're all doing the same thing, but we're doing it alone, when we could come together and have more people together, which is so much better for, I think, our coaches and our challengers. I think it's like so much better for everyone. So we just have this vision, like we can see it. And so we're just ready to go and ready to make this great for everyone. And I totally agree with like what Katie said. We don't want this to be like the Katie and Shar show at all. We want everyone to feel like this is just our team. Everyone's a leader. This is our team. Everyone's the same.
Yeah. Donna, the 19th is when we're going to kick this off. So we just got to come up with a name, and I'm actually going to create the group like tomorrow. And then if we get people in there, like throughout, from this coming week through the next week, we can kind of just start like planning some little tips and tricks about getting started in there.
Yeah. And so like all your old people, I know I have a huge group that kind of stays. So my plan is just to message them all and just say, I'm closing this one down. I'm moving you if you want to go into this new one.
Okay. Now, any rules on, I would say probably 80% of my folks are on Shakeology. The other ones have on-demand all access. So
totally good.
That's awesome.
Any of those, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm pretty open to people like jumping in with whatever they have. Like I have a girl who bought 21 Day Fix from someone a long time ago, and she doesn't have Shakeology, and she's just joining. So I just think however we can help them, awesome.
So we can leave that up to us, our own judgment, add them to the group, and then in hopes that they're, inspired and encouraged by other people that they'll do all those things. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. There was one thing I was going to say and now I can't remember. Yeah, but I loved her analogy of like, if you got cancer, would you want one doctor to be like doing the only thing he knew what to do, or would you want a whole team of doctors to come in with all of their knowledge and like, all of them give you the best plan for you? And I'm like, that is so true. Like, I just think we have such an amazing group of ladies here with so much to offer. And yeah, I just want it to be no pressure, just so fun. Like, I think that's one thing too that has inspired me is Autumn's group. Like, people just feel like it's such a safe place in there and just share. And there's so many people in there, and they're all it's just like a big camaraderie of people just supporting people, and I think sometimes when new coaches get started, or even like a lot of my own groups lately, they're just like a few people might want to post, but when there's not a lot of people posting, everyone gets quiet. Like they all kind of like, I don't dare post if other people aren't posting. And so I think they feel a little bit safer when there's more people sharing, and I just think it's more comfortable than when you feel like you're about the only one wanting to share like your struggles. Or so I just think all the way around it's gonna be just fun. And I've kind of missed I've been doing mine all in a tracker, and I kind of missed the Facebook group in a way, because I feel like they do check into the tracker to log their shake and log their workout, which that's what we'll still do. And we'll be able to track them and shout them out and give them recognition for, showing up or whatever. But I feel like everybody's on Facebook. And so I think it'll give them the best of both worlds to have a place to track, and also like us when we're feeling like super inspired to like be able to go live and share what's on our heart, or share our meal plan, or share our prepping our food or whatever. I just think we'll be able to give them a lot more value with all of us. So
yeah.
Anyway, is there anything else? So do you guys have any ideas for names?
No.
That was the one thing. Me and Shar both sat there and stared at each other last night with like total blank thoughts.
All right. Well, Oh, Charlie. Squeaky toy. I think we'll just have to think, but we got to come up with one soon. Because we want to put this group together.
Yeah. So maybe just like brain dump and everyone just put like maybe in the team page, just put every name you can think of and we can just start voting on different things. Today I was thinking the Good Vibe Tribe.
Good Vibe Tribe.
Oh, we need something powerful.
We do that we like really love.
Yeah.
Because we want to stick with it. So we have to love it. So even if you just come up with one word you love, then we can maybe put it with some other words.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's everyone's homework. You have to come up with a word. Just one.
Yeah. Go post it in the page.
One word.
Or 20 words, whatever you want to come.
Or 20. Yeah, 20 would be awesome. But if it's just one, might help. Is that everything? Did we talk about everything?
I think. Do you guys have any questions or thoughts or ideas?
When you do, because I know you will, share them in the team page. Like, just share your thoughts. And if you come up with an idea, just like share it in the team page for sure. Because it will be good. And then we'll work on Google Streak. We're going to work on that, right, Katie? I'm off next week for spring break, so I've got actually have time for a week. So we plan to get a lot done on this.
Callie said making her story, like history, but her story.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny. That's a funny word. Google Street.
I like Limitless. I like Empower. I like Crew. I like Tribe. I kind of like Crew.
I do too.
Crew feels kind of preppy. Me. Like a rowing crew. Like the crew team, like, I don't know, like Ivy League school-ish. Anyway, okay. Long day. All righty.
Yay. Good job, lady.
Yay. Thanks so much. Oh, we got to take a picture. Hold on, I got to take a picture.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
Oh, boy. We got to take it before Isabella runs out.
Oh, heck.
Taking it to me. There she is. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're all so cute.
Oh, thanks, guys, for hopping.
All right.
Night.
Have a good night.
Night.
Sleep.
Sleep tight.
See ya.
Bye, sweet girl.